All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and welcome all into our final broadcast of the UNO Quad here. It has been a wonderful day of baseball. We've seen three games come and go. West Des Moines Valley being the undefeated victor here as they took down, I should say, Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln by nearly 10 runs in game one. Then they walked it off with a 4-run seventh against Sioux City East and stun the number one Black Raiders. And then, of course, game three, it was a 4-4 tie for most of the game and between Ames and Sioux City East. And it was a big 8-run top of the seventh here for Sioux City East as they capture the win and walk out of Omaha with a 1-1 mark on the day. And that has lent way to where we're at right now. It is the final game of the UNO Quad as Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln will go ahead and take on Ames here in a battle that hasn't been had too many times. Again, you get these here with these kind of battles. But again, Ames taking on the likes of Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. And we'll go ahead and shoot up the lineup here for the Cyclones as we go ahead and look at them as the road team here in this one. Reach Small will kick things off, followed by Austin Neighbor. Jackson Kepley, the pitcher, will be at third. The cleanup spot will include the center fielder Cullen Smith. Kate Anderson will be at first. And in the 6 hole will be the third baseman Eric Anderson. Max Martin out of the second base slot will be in the number 7 hole. Leo Johnson will be 8, and the shortstop Landon Dune will be in the number 9 spot here for Ames. And that's how we kick things off as we get rocking and rolling. And again, starting off is Reed Small as he will send that one flying out of play here. And we, in the first batter, start things off 2-1. In the game against East, Small had 2 hits, 2 singles, as he muscles that one out there into right center field. That will be all she wrote there, just a single, but still 3 hits in 2 games, something to be happy about. I'm sure he's going to want to add on to that one even more, but he starts the game in similar fashion to what he did against East with a leadoff single. Runner onto the base pass here as Austin Neighbor slings up to the plate. He went hitless in the game against Sioux City East. A couple groundouts, was hit by pitch, and that is a tough play out there at second. The throw gets away from him and sends it into the outfield grass, and that is a sigh of relief here for little Cyclone fans, as that could have been a double play. Boy, that hung up there for what seemed like an eternity. And tried to make a play out there from the mound and get the runner at second. But in the end, it costs an error. And runners on the corners now for the little Cyclones. So officially credited as a hit for Ames, bringing up Keepley back to the plate. He sends this one foul and out of play. Nobody out here. And on the mound here for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln is Anderson, getting his shot and trying to walk out of here with a split on the day. And now they got him off in a little bit of a pickle out there at first. And they're going to keep looking to see if he's taken off home. And there will be a play, and it will go ahead and capture out number 1 just like that. So some good heads-up work there defensively for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. And again, as we have McCain Becker, that one gets sent there. Nice swing. But McCain Becker on the year, 32 innings pitched. He's been their workhorse, 34 strikeouts and a 203 average against him on the season. And that one gets away. The drop third strike has to be completed. The come on home and is safe. There was a lot of angst and confusion where to go or and how quickly to get it there. Ames takes advantage as they capitalize and score early. It's 1-0. So Kepley was set to be out on strikes. The first strikeout of the game here for the hurler and McCain Becker. But the drop third strike failed, and now Colin Smith gets a chance here. Still just one down. They trade a runner on third for a runner on first here as we get rolling. A 1-0 early advantage here for the Little Cyclones. And this one gets roped out there in the left field. And some station-to-station baseball at play here as Smith continues on the third hit of the inning. And they're starting the very same way they did to begin the last game, as now we bring up the 5-hole man in Cade Anderson. Number 10, Cade Anderson. Again, this is a series that has had just one game between these two, and that game came all the way back in 2017. Abraham Lincoln, a 3-2 winner over Ames. And the delivery nicely done by Clark behind the dish there, stopping that one, keeping it in play, 1-1. Ames looking to add another win here. Anderson coming up to the plate, 261. 19 runs driven in. That's a slow roller out there. It could be trouble. A quick play will get the runner at first, but it will exchange it for two runners in scoring position. And with that, two down, brings up Eric Anderson to the plate. Now batting number 17, third baseman Eric Anderson. So with two down and two on, Ames already with a 1-0 advantage through 4 hits in the inning. Takes a look at ball one in his first at-bat. Anderson in game one against Sioux City East struck a double in the 7th as part of a 2-run comeback attempt that unfortunately went by the wayside. That one gets lifted out there into right center field. That will find the gap, and that will find room all the way to the wall. That will plate 1, and that will plate 2, and now we're looking at a triple in the books. And there you go. That is a triple for Eric Anderson as he goes ahead and picks up his first 3-bagger of the season. So plating 2 more. It's a 3-0 lead early. And boy, what a slide in there. But for a slide is something else. But you know what? Can't complain about the results that he's given, as he has helped to make it a 3-0 lead. And there has been 5 total hits in the inning here for Ames. And that one goes too far in, and Martin will be hit by a pitch. And as we continue on, I get the scorebook all set and ready. We now have a runners on the corner situation yet again, as Leo Jensen, the DH, stepping on up. He had one at bat in the game against Sioux City East. He struck a hit in there and did what he needed to do, reaching second and nearly coming on home to score. He looks at a 1-0 count here. Finally, 2 are done. McCain Becker on the mound, as that's a chopper that has to be picked up, and a good job there. Hold on. As Blue is saying that was on the wrong side of the chalk line to count it as fair, as it will be a foul ball. And we'll go right back to it here with 1 strike. That was a very close call, and Blue, again, having a conversation with Grayson Clark there. Trying to get some clarification. Coach Britsky has mentioned time and time again, he did so on this broadcast earlier, that Clark is nothing but a student of the game, trying to figure it out, and of course coming out here to try and get some clarification himself. And can't quite make out what they're saying, but that's kind of the conversation I believe would be had. Where exactly did it lie, and where did it lie in relation to being touched, being grabbed, and of course, does it count as a fair ball? So all that stuff, and in the end, we go back to it. A 1-1 count here to the number 8 hole man in Leo Jensen. And that one could have come to me, but just not enough on it. In the scorebook, it counts as strike number 2. McCain Becker looking to get out of the inning. He has allowed 5 hits. There have been 2 Lynx errors, and it's been a little bit of a troubling start here. That one almost to me. He really wants to get it here. Go ahead, Leo Jensen. Bring another one up here. I want to go ahead and catch that. And the 1-2. That one, enough of it. It gets kind of spun around there inside the batter's box. Ames started off last game in the very similar fashion here. There weren't any errors to help them along the way, but they did go ahead and take it just the same. That is strike number 3 and strike out number 2. 2 Ks here by McCain Becker help him to get out of the jam. Meanwhile, it's Ames to strike first, and they strike fast. It's a 3-0 lead for the Little Cyclones as we get rolling into the bottom half. And when we come back, Clark, Adler, and Craig due up here for the Lynx, trying to answer back when we return.
Hey guys, a lot of ways out there in baseball to improve your game because it's all about improvement, right? And one of the ways you want to do that is improving your swing. One of the ways to help improve your swing, the batting donut. A trusted weight since 2022, comes in 9 and 16 ounce varieties. This covered in durable non-scratch silicone helped to protect your bat. It comes in a signature pink, blue, or chocolate frosting. Is a great way to pay homage to a wonderful breakfast treat while helping to strengthen, home in, and zero in on your perfect swing. So don't leave it to chance. Go out there, have some fun, and get the batting donut today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have this as our scoreboard after 1/2 inning of play. Ames looking to grab win number 15 and off to a good start. 3 runs off of 5 hits in the first half of the inning. And 3 Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln errors have aided that in the process. But the Lynx trying to get back into it. They're going to start things off with Grayson Clark, the top batter for the Lynx, and what a season he has had. It's been a good push for the senior, batting .393. He's driven in 15, 11 extra base hits on the season. And he'll swing through that one. A nice swing at that, but comes up empty, 0-1. The next pitch is not quite in there. And again, it is Anderson on the mound here for Ames. getting his shot here in game number 4 of the UNO quad. That's a chopper that will stay fair, and that will be foul. Just kidding. We'll take a look at Anderson on the mound here for Ames, and the senior with 20 strikeouts so far. He's done so through 17 innings and a 2-1 record. Teams hitting .254 against him on the season. So 2 quick strikes here to the leadoff man for the Lynx and Grayson Clark. And he'll fire that one and swing through it. Oh, actually just got a piece of that, it seems like. So we go back to it. 0-2 with the count. Grayson Clark looking to get onto the hit column here, and the pitch. That one too far on the inner third here. In the very first game of the UNO quad, Clark went 0 for 3. Would love to get something here. He sends that one high, however. That one's tailing in foul territory and just missed. That one slides its way into fair territory, and Clark is booking his way on over to third. So both teams sporting an error here, at least one in the first inning, as that one popped into fair play. It looked like it was destined for foul territory, but found its way into fair territory, and we have a runner on third because of it. And again, that brings up Devin Adler to the plate. On the year, the junior looking at a 4.02 mark, has 15 runs driven in, a chance for number 16, but a swing through that one in an 0-1 count brings it to a much wanted pitchers count for Anderson on the mound. The delivery, and he gets him to swing through that one. 4 pitches, all he needs, and he sets him down. And that is a much deserved strikeout number 1. So now Peyton Craig with his first trip up here. He has a runner on third and a chance to do something here. He sends that one foul, 0-1. The junior batting .321 with 17 runs driven in. He would love to tack on and add to that mark here. His team already down by a 3-0 margin. These two teams, as that one is shot, and a good pickup at third. The throw to nab Clark at home. And that was a quick play and nicely done out there at third. Anderson with some good glove work to snag it and a good throw home to get the out.
Now batting right fielder number 2, C.J. Walton.
And now C.J. Walton stepping on up to the plate. He looks at ball 1 to start his at bat with 2 down, a runner on first, but could have been runners on the corners. In the end, they decided to send Clark, and Clark got mowed down at home plate. The next pitch from Anderson is sent high, and that will be past the stands here and make his way into the softball territory of the complex. This is the final game here from Tall Anderson Field in Omaha, the final game of the 2026 UNO quad. And right now we sit here with a 1-2 count in the bottom half of inning number 1. Both of these teams suffered losses to start their UNO quad. And right now it's Ames on the leading end of this, 3-0. And right now the 1-2 count. Again, Ames had a 4-4 tie into the middle innings. And after Sioux City East went up by 1, it went 8 more unanswered runs in the top half of the 7th. And again, if that wasn't the kind of inning it was, Ames could have been possibly walking out of here with at least 1 win. And that one gets away. Meanwhile, the runner moves on over to second. And for the second time in this inning, Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln has a runner in scoring position, yet they have nothing to show for it. The Lynx yet to pick up a hit here. That one moving to 3-2 on the count. Five hits so far in the game, but all belonging to Ames. And a good battle here, nearing 10 pitches in the at-bat here for the cleanup spot here in C.J. Walton. It's been a 3-2 count, which has seemed like forever. And the next one is too high and well done. 10 pitches in the at-bat, and it ends up in a walk. Lincoln with now 2 runners onto the base pass. And now McCain Becker trying to help out his cause here. The inning started with an error that put Grayson Clark on third. A strikeout, fielder's choice, and a walk has been what has happened since then. Yet to have a hit here, and again, Becker would love to get that train rolling, get things started. Certainly he would love to get that hit parade going, because it took all the way deep into the game against Valley to record their first hit there, and that was quite the hill they had to run up here to try and win. They don't want to get in that situation again. Becker with a good swing, just couldn't connect. The Lynx at 20 wins, their 7th 20-plus win season in the Bound era. This has been a strong year for them. And again, Coach Britsky came up and mentioned these guys are just baseball minds. They come out here, they get the work done, and they're willing to put in every work, every step of the way. Dancing out of danger there for ball 2. And it just goes to show that that kind of work does pay off. It's not always that you get the lucky bounces for sure, but the work pays off in some way, shape, or form. That one is called a late called strike, as Becker is set down. Strikeout number 2 here from Anderson, and they stop the Lynx threat here in the bottom of the first. Despite a lot of action going on there, and the Lynx with a runner on third, 2 in scoring position, they come up empty. They have yet to get a hit. They have yet to get a run. It's Ames 3-0 advantage when we come on back here. And when we do come back, it's Dune, Schmall, and Neighbor up next for the Cyclones after this.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with VMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less, and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations. We have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
.62, Coach, 62. First down. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why we need more officials to keep these games going on.
Welcome on back, ladies and gentlemen. Brought to you by DMOS Orthopedics. We are here in game number 4. It's the final game of the UNO Quadrangular here from Tall Anderson Field in Omaha. We've crossed the border into Nebraska to give you this battle here. And we start off Becker with the hurl as the first pitch he sees is laced but foul. And Ames, one of the things that so far we've learned from our first time viewing them in 2026 is they're ready to attack right out of the gates. And we've seen that here already, 5 runs home. And most of these at-bats are starting off not necessarily in their favor, but they're going out and getting the hits. 5 in 1 inning is certainly something that you can be happy about. Now the number 9 hole man in Dune stepping on up. Game 1 against Sioux City East, he went 2 for 4, drew in a walk as well. That one not quite back here enough. We keep it at 1-2. 3 combined errors. Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln owning 2 of those. The only error for Ames put Grayson Clark on third, as that one is a swing through and strikeout number 2 here for Becker. Correction, strikeout number 3, as he now heads back to the top of the lineup for the second time. Reed Small, who started things off with a couple pitches and send one out to the outfield. He has now gone 2 consecutive games, starting off with right out of the gate single. The next fire on home, that one gets sent high. That's playable. Is it nearing? And it will bounce off of the railing there of the dugout. Nice slide by Clark, but unable to get to it. And it just goes for a loud strike number 1. Your chance to get your nominations in is closing. Your Performance of the Week nominations, get them in here across anywhere on the IA sports scene. You can go ahead and get your nomination on Instagram, X, Facebook. It doesn't matter which. Hit us up, iabaseball1@gmail.com. We'd love to get your nominations in. And from there, it's all about you voting. Go to the IA Baseball Facebook page on Sunday and go ahead and vote. And the one with the most votes will be our winner. So that's how it works. The power is in your hands. Get out there and get voting today. Clark with the toss and try to go in off the hands for strike 3. Instead, it backfires. Now brings the count full at 3-2. And the delivery once more, and he has to kind of step out of the box for that one. A non-competitive pitch puts a runner on. And Ames, again, just like they did last time, they start off the inning with a runner on first. And now they bring up Austin Neighbor to the plate. 1 down, and he looks at ball 1. Second at bat, last time up, he struck a single as part of that 3-run top of the first. And Ames looking to tack on win number 15 of the season. Meanwhile, Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, they're looking to split the day as well and add win number 21 on the campaign. Here's the pitch. That one is in there. Finds the zone just right. And now brings it even at 1 apiece. Plenty of scores across the Prongy Classic to tell you about. We'll update you that as we go along. Swing through there for strike 2. We mentioned Osage over North Fayette Valley 12-8. From the Pawnee Classic, Ankeny Centennial over Algona 7-2. 1-0 Boone over West Marshall. Carlisle over DCG 4-2. As that is set down with the strikeout number 4 here from Becker. So slowly putting together a little bit of a gem here. As now we bring up Jackson Kepley to the plate. He struck out, but the drop third strike allowed him to get around and end up scoring. And he takes ball 1 as he starts things off in at bat number 2. And Becker on the mound, despite a little bit of a rough start, has kind of settled down. 4 strikeouts with a chance at a 5th here, but on the wrong end of a 2-0 count. All 5 hits so far in the game belonging to the Little Cyclones. The next pitch will not quite be in there. It's all drawn up 3-0. And bringing out the hats here for Ames, seeing if they can help muster something along. What happens is Becker musters strike 1. A beautiful backdrop here. Tall Anderson Field, absolutely a stellar sight for some games. And that one gets lifted high. That one's left field. That one's traveling. And that will be foul. Boy, that went a ways and a half. If that was fair, we would have been having a touch 'em all situation, that's for sure. Instead, we're right back into the batter's box we go. A full count, a runner on first. And the pitch. That one's sent back out of play. Ames in the last game, man, it may have ended 12-6, but boy, you take out 1 inning and it's a much different ball game. We could be looking at a team looking for win number 2 instead of win number 1 on the day. That one will drive a little bit too far inside, and certainly he didn't mean to do it, but in the end, Becker doesn't help out his cause. A hit by pitch puts Kepley on to the base pass for the 2nd time in this game already. And now that'll bring up Cullen Smith to the plate. He was 1 of 5 hits in the first inning. Still 2 down. Ames trying to add on to their lead here. This is the final game here from the 2026 UNO Quadrangular. And the pitch, that one is almost, but booted out there at third. The error at the hot corner, not quite costly just yet. But Craig unable to come up with that one, and it puts runners on the corners now here for the Cyclones. Now a pitcher-pitcher battle as Cade Anderson right back up. Ground out victim his first trip. But he has bases full and a huge opportunity ahead. You connect on something here, and boy, it doesn't matter how far it's traveling. If you connect on one to the outfield grass, you're plating at least 1. So down to his final strike here in the at-bat, 0-2. Anderson looking to help out his cause. He already has a couple strikeouts on the mound, would love to add a couple hits to help his team. And he lays off that one out and away. 7:27 the mark here as the time continues to go along. And I got to say, it's been an absolute pleasure to broadcast all 4 UNO Quad games here from Tall Anderson Field. Again, with the Prongy Classic going underway. It's also been the UNO Classic here from Tall Anderson Field. Started at 10:30 with Valley against Lincoln Valley, 9-1 winners there. The 2-strike as that slow roller is out there to second, and a good pick and fire will secure out number 3. And there will be no runs crossing despite a bases full of Cyclone situation. It all goes for naught, and it will be time for the bottom half of inning number 2 when we come back. Donor, Lang, and Garst due on up for the Lynx when we return.
Hey guys, a lot of ways out there in baseball to improve your game because it's all about improvement, right? And one of the ways you want to do that is improving your swing. One of the ways to help improve your swing, the batting donut. A trusted weight since 2022, comes in 9 and 16 ounce varieties. This covered in durable non-scratch silicone helped to protect your bat. It comes in a signature pink, blue, or chocolate frosting. Is a great way to pay homage to a wonderful breakfast treat while helping to strengthen, home in, and zero in on your perfect swing. So don't leave it to chance. Go out there, have some fun, and get the batting donut today.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go ahead and give you our scoreboard brought to you by the Insolites at Insolites.com. It's still a 3-0 advantage here for the Cyclones. 6 hits, 1 error. Meanwhile, still hitless for the Lynx. They're trying to change that here. They've suffered 2 errors and trying to get things rolling here. They've had 2 runners in scoring position. They haven't been able to capitalize just yet, and they're going to look to change the tides here, and they're going to do so with the 6-hole man in the lineup kicking things off in Ray Donor. On the year, the sophomore batting .469. He has struck 29 hits, 16 runs driven in. And Coach Britsky would love to use all that right here. His team down by a trio. More great action is, again, I say it once again, I'll say it twice again, 3 times, 7 times. You can catch High and Tight, which comes your way. That's the show where Caden Nissen and myself, as that would be a heck of a play. Nice job out there at third, Anderson, but that has to be sent on back. Caden and myself, we dive into the week that was, and of course, a look at the week that will be. Of course, we got 3A, 4A brackets to be released coming on up. We'll go ahead and talk through all the combinations, all of the battles that we would like to see, and more, as that one is a one-hopper to second. Schmall with the pick, and he will secure the out. And with that one, Evan Lang stepping on up to the plate. First time he's come up here in this game. And he takes a look at ball 1 in the other batter's box. Wise to lays off that one anyway. Lang, a strong senior year, nearly 1,000 OPS, batting .382 on the campaign. He has 24 runs driven in. He is the team's leader in RBIs. And he's being something patient at the plate here. Drawing a 3-0 count. Anderson on the bump with the 3-0 pitch. That will draw 4 straight balls and a 4-pitch walk. The third runner onto the base pass here for the Lynx. They're trying to capitalize it here as George Garst stepping on up to the plate. Again, what seemed like forever ago against the Tigers, Garst 0 for 1, but did have a sacrifice RBI in that one. Nice job by Keepley behind the dish, but can't frame it enough to be called strike. Infield normal depth here for the Cyclones. Outfield right again, corners in. Center field right next to the center of the O. That one gets away just a bit. The runner is taken off, and that will be a successful advancement over to second. And there's something brewing here. A 2-0 count to the 8-hole man in Garst, second batter of the inning. And an absolutely pristine view out there. Absolutely love it. We'll take you through as you get some shadows casting out there from Tall Anderson Field here in Omaha, Nebraska. We get back to the action, and we keep rolling with strike number 1. A 2-1 count. Both these teams looking to escape the day with a 1-1 split. And that one sent foul out of play. Lincoln lost to Valley 9-1 in the opener. And for Ames, just one game ago, they fell to Sioux City East 12-6. That's a way too out of the zone pitch. Brings it all full. We have a absolutely jacked count, 3-2, runner on second. Lincoln trying to make their biggest push here. They have got a runner in scoring position, and now they've got 2 on. Lang draws a walk, and so does Garst. So 2 runners on.
Number 1, Riley Lincoln.
And the shortstop in Riley Lincoln with his first chance to do something here in this one. He has 1 down, 2 on. And, of course, you always got to be weary of the double play ball. And he's trying to avoid that in just a bit. Again, first baseman charging on in. Always interesting to see what kind of bunt coverages there are, how they are played. And we'll see here if Lincoln decides to go back to the bunt attempt. He will not for this one as it sends a little bit too high. I want to go ahead and extend a really big thank you to everyone listening out there, and whatever comments you make, I really appreciate you jumping on. It is always fun. That was wow. Okay, I got to pause there just a second because that was a Houdini act. Lincoln got out of that one, and I don't know how. Instead, he'll drive the next pitch he sees out there, and that will be a base hit, the first hit of the game here for the Lynx. And that will get a runner coming around to third, and there will be no play at the plate. It will be a stand-up double here as the number 9-hole man in Lincoln officially gets the Lynx on the board. Isn't that interesting? What an at-bat there. He magics his way out of danger there, only to deposit it over the left fielder's head in Nabar. And that one rolled all the way to the wall. It gets a run scored here for the Lynx, and we have a ball game, folks. Wow, kind of crazy to think about. And now we'll have a quick conversation out there on the mound. Again, bottom of inning number 2. We've been with 1 out for a little bit here. The Lynx have officially got onto the hit column, and that comes from the number 9-hole man in Riley Lincoln with his RBI double. That brings up Grayson Clark back to the plate, and the conversation here has to be really keep it in front of you. Make sure that you don't let things get out of hand here. You still have third open. Kind of pitch to contact here, get some weak ground balls, and of course try go for the double play as they're in that kind. But we do have first base creeping way up as Clark will threaten bunt, although he'll pull it back for ball one. Clark reached on an error and was thwart down coming on home, and that was a self-defense bunt. And he gets in there safely. That one gets away, and just like that, the Lynx have added another one onto the board. So Grayson Clark picking up his first hit on the bunt single. And with some errors here defensively for Ames, that helps bring across a run. And it is now a 3-2 ball game. Runners now on the corner as Adler steps in. A strikeout victim his first trip. And with the pitch, that's a good heater that gets by him here for strike one. The inning started with a ground out, back-to-back walks, and then an RBI double has helped the Lynx to plate two here. And a swing that was destined to bring the ball deep ends up going for strike two. And Anderson looking to get out of this one here. He needs to get two more outs and will be on his way as he pulled the string to get the number 2 hole man in Adler swinging on strikeout number 3.
Now batting third baseman number 8, Haven Craig.
And now Payman Craig is stepping on up to the plate. Runner is taken off to second. There will be the throw and the tag applied too late. Another successful stolen base here for Lincoln. Their second of the ball game. As again, Garst standing on third. Clark standing on second, and Clark again will get the stolen base knock. The 1-1 count here coming on up. The pitch. And he swings through that one for strike two. So far, the best start that they've had all day. And they've plated two here in the bottom half of the second to bring it within one. Plays off that one wisely here for a even keel count, 2-2. And that one foul tipped into the glove, and that counts it. That is out number 3, and that is how we wrap things up. Not before some danger happened, and the Lynx getting onto the hit column and the scoreboard. It's now a 3-2 game, and we're going to head into a brand new third inning, and we're going to do so with 5, 6, 7 due up next here for the Cyclones right after this.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last, because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
.62, Coach. 62. first out. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why we need more officials to keep these games going on.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Anderson is the one to kick things off here, and the top of inning number 3 here for the Little Cyclones. His squad up by a 3-2 margin, and that shot out of play here. Ames with, again, 4 hits in the first inning. So far, they have and 4 hits altogether, that is. The 1-1 delivery. It's swung on for strike 2. Again, in that last half inning, 2 hits helped to push across 2 runs, including a big RBI double from the 9-hole man in Riley Lincoln. And that has given us and helped to pursue a 1-run ball game here as we enter the 3rd. And the shot gets put out of play here, 1-2. 3rd foul ball in the at-bat. Anderson looking to help out his own cause. He did so back in the 1st with an RBI triple. In fact, he plated 2 on that. And he shoots that one in where they ain't. Into the outfield grass here. A sing-eye single has him now 2 for 2 on the day. Now that brings up Max Martin to the plate. Hit by pitch his first trip up. And with nobody out, can start a good movement here. And Becker on the mound here for the Lynx. And that one gets lifted out there into left field, and that will get a runner coming on around 3rd. That one was deep enough to the wall. And now we get runners on 2nd and 3rd here with still nobody down. A heck of a ringing double here out of the number 7 hole as Martin will pick up the second extra base hit of the game here for the Cyclones. So Anderson on at 3rd, Martin on at 2nd, Leo Jensen with his 2nd trip. He has runners on 2nd and 3rd and a chance to do something here. He'll send that one slicing foul, and it will remain out of play. Strike 1. Becker with the windup. He'll follow through, and that'll be strike number 2. Ames coming in out of the Iowa Alliance Conference, and Lincoln out of the Missouri River Conference. The MRC, as they call it, ball 1. And Ames not too far removed from making it to the state title game all the way back when it was at Dwayne Banks Field. And a swing through on that one has it strike number 3 and set down as Jensen will be for the 2nd time. Mark it now strikeout number 5 here for Becker. Much needed out number 1. As now Landon Dune stepping back up for the second time. A strikeout victim back in the second. A 1-0 count with one down. Ames already has two runners in scoring position. There's the next pitch. That's a chopper out there, the third. He'll look off and fire back to first, get the out. The throw to home will be a not double play. Boy, just missed that one as it popped out of the glove. Clark unable to secure the tag, and Ames pushes across another run. They double their lead 4-2. So as Anderson tried to come on home, he ends up getting in there for the run. And now we're back to the top of the Ames lineup as Reed Small, for the third time in 3 innings, gets set up. He walked and singled in 2 trips so far. So a runner on third, the 1-0 count. Already one home for the Cyclones. That's set high, and that'll be out of play. Home of the University of Omaha Mavericks, out of the same conference that gave you South Dakota State, and again, a representative into the regional field. Of course, South Dakota State unable to make it past the regionals, losing both of their games. But again, a representative here from the Missouri Valley Conference. Trying to get out of the jam here. Already one on home for Ames. Becker with the toss. Tried to locate that outside pitch. Draws it even instead. And actually, I take that back. Draws it full at 3-2. Here's the delivery. That one well outside the zone. Ball 4. And we got runners once again back on the corners here for Ames, as it is Martin to stand on third after he secured a double. And now with Small onto the base pass. Neighbor gets his third trip. He is 1 for 2 with a single. Again, Martin helping to kick things off as he helped secure his first double of the 2026 campaign. And since then, it has just progressed. It kept on going. Again, started with an Eric Anderson single. Martin with his first double of the year, followed by a strikeout. A ground out to first, an attempt at home in which Ames pushed across one more run. And here we are after the top of the lineup in Small walked. Neighbor now faces a 3-0 count. With 2 down, the Lynx trying to get out of this one. 2 out of 3 innings, I should say. Ames has recorded at least 1 run, and with that pitch not quite in the zone, that will bring bases all full of Cyclones. And on to the mound, here comes the coaching staff as we get set and ready for Jackson Keepley up to the plate. Want to go ahead and thank everybody for tuning in. However you tuned in, wherever you turned in, it means a lot. Certainly for someone who loves broadcasting and loves bringing you the action in game. I truly love what happens in the 3rd inning as much as the 7th inning. I love the back and forth battle, and I really hope that while I'm bringing that to you, if there's anything that you think Oh, hold the phone there. That one gets lifted. That one's traveling back towards the warning track, and a nice play out there and left. That was a deep fly ball, and Adler captures it for out number 3, and that is how we will wrap up the inning. So we're going to pause right there. We'll be back as we get ready for the Lynx to take bats, and it will be Walton, Becker, and Dooner when we come back right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Hey guys, a lot of ways out there in baseball to improve your game because it's all about improvement, right? And one of the ways you want to do that is improving your swing. One of the ways to help improve your swing, the batting donut. A trusted weight since 2022, comes in 9 and 16 ounce varieties. This covered in durable non-scratch silicone helped to protect your bat. It comes in a signature pink, blue, or chocolate frosting. Is a great way to pay homage to a wonderful breakfast treat while helping to strengthen, home in, and zero in on your perfect swing. So don't leave it to chance. Go out there, have some fun, and get the batting donut today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the technical difficulties there. If you're able to see us, really appreciate you sticking with us here. Again, 4 games, always tough. It includes on the equipment as well. As we try and go through and get you set. And here we stand. A runner on second now, and a chance. Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln already, they posted 2 in the last half inning. They get a chance here with a runner on second. And now that one will draw the walk. 2 consecutive walks here. We'll now bring up Ray Donor to the plate. So far, hitless, but a good chance coming on up here. Coach Steenhagen coming on out to have a bit of a conversation. It will be the conversation to go ahead and get a new hurler on the mound as we have one coming out of the bullpen. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We'll get that name here for you and what they're doing. We'll tell you more about it when we come back right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Hey guys, a lot of ways out there in baseball to improve your game because it's all about improvement, right? And one of the ways you want to do that is improving your swing. One of the ways to help improve your swing, the batting donut. A trusted weight since 2022, comes in 9 and 16 ounce varieties. This covered in durable non-scratch silicone, helped to protect your bat. It comes in a signature pink, blue, or chocolate frosting. Is a great way to pay homage to a wonderful breakfast treat while helping to strengthen, home in, and zero in on your perfect swing. So don't leave it to chance. Go out there, have some fun, and get the batting donut today.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor, you need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
And we got something new to tell you about. A brand new pitcher here in a 4-2 ball game from Tall Anderson Field. It will be none other than Tillman Schaefer, the junior. Still without a win or a decision in 4 games on the mound. He said 5 2/3 innings. Team's not doing too well against him through 10 strikeouts. Just a 104 average.
Center field, number 13, Ray Donor. And in a pitch from the Little Cyclones, number 13, Tillman Schaefer.
And Schaefer will be tasked with trying to stop what is a good push here by Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. They have put 2 on, albeit via the walk. But 1 hit could change things here. They have a pair of hits so far in this one. Ames high with 6, and of course 2 for Council Bluffs Lincoln. And charging in from the first base slot is Martin. Not trying to let anything score here. They're trying to keep that lead and preserve it because they know very well. And on to the base pass. The Lynx are pretty strong. And the runner is taken off to third. There will be the throw. The tag not applied in time. That was a close bang-bang play. But in the end, Walton with more speed. He picks up his 2nd stolen base of the trip here. Becker stands on first. Donor at the plate. And runner taken off as we will get the pitch runner coming in for Becker McCain, which will be Drake Arterburn. He will stand on second. So a 2nd and 3rd situation. Here we go. That one sails a bit, and the count well drawn out, 3-1. 8 combined hits in this one. A handful of errors throughout all the games so far. We have not had an errorless game yet. And that one will dive too far out of the zone here. And you got to be careful because don't blink. What plagued and ultimately was the downfall for Ames in the last game was a 1 bad inning outing. And right now they're eyeing down the barrel of a potential big inning here for the Lynx as Evan Lang stepping on up to the plate. 3 consecutive walks by Ames pitching has put them in a little bit of a bind here. The 1-0, and now we draw it 2-0. Off to Evan Lang, who, again, we talked about him once, but the senior having a good campaign, 382. He's driven in 24 across 21 hits entering today's contest. And that one will catch it just enough. We'll draw it 2-1. Walton stands on third, After a couple stolen bases, he has made his way one stride away from potentially picking up run number 3 of the ball game for the Lynx. Head coached by Tyler Britsky. That one is in there. That one looked close to off the shoe tops, but that one count enough of the zone here for Blues liking, 3-2. And the delivery on home, that one gets slashed left side right into the netting, and it's just a harmful foul ball, 3-2. Getting through the bottom of inning number 3 here. Ames holding on to a 4-2 advantage. A full count here on the number 7 hole man in Lang. A swing through and a strikeout, a big one indeed. A heck of a time here for Schaefer to have his first strikeout of the game, and it sets him down with bases loaded.
Number 9, George Garst.
And now George Garst stepping on up. He was one of several walk victims. That one gets away, and Walton strides on home. Boy, off the strength of a walk, 2 stolen bases, and a passed ball, you can see that anything can happen there. And Walton working his magic on the bases. He finds a way to cross home plate and score run number 3 of the game. Meanwhile, everyone else moves up as well. Good job by Kepley to keep that one there. Snags it out of the air as we draw 2-0 with the count. One down here in this one. The 8-hole man 0 for, well, 0. He drew a walk first time up. From Omaha, Nebraska, Tall Anderson Field, home of the University of Omaha Maverick baseball squad. The count now balloons to 3-1. That one sails a bit high on him, and once again, for the second time in this inning, it's a bases loaded situation, so Ames pitching, kind of having a little bit of a tough time out there.
Number 1, Riley Lincoln.
As Riley Lincoln stepping on up, and oh boy, you should not overlook this 9-hole man. Last time up, he screamed one into the left center field gap and plated a run in his RBI double. Wisely lays off of that one here for ball 1. It's been a patient game here this inning here for the Lynx. They've plated 2 in the second and now 1 here in the bottom of the third. The patient game has paid dividends. As a pass ball went awry, Walton came around to score. And Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, as that one is swung on for the strike. They have a chance to potentially pick up their first lead of the game. They've got a great situation here. Even a fly ball will tie it up and a chance to get it the go-ahead run. But right now they got to get there. And time called as it gives us time to go ahead and remind you, get your performance of the weeks in. Make sure to get those in. Everybody who had a big week, we want to know. Hit us up, iabaseball1@gmail.com, or all across the social media scene. You'll be able to connect with us there for sure. The 1-2 count. Ames trying to get out of the jam they find themselves in here, and that's a good way to do it. What a shot, and a daring throw at that. As he paints the outside corners, picks up his second strikeout of the inning alone. The only downside is it brings up Grayson Clark to the plate. Bases are fully loaded. And Grayson Clark, one of the premier hitters in the lineup, slashes that one foul here for strike one. We talked about him time and time again, the senior, 393 on the year, heading to Ellsworth following his time as a Lynx. 44 total bases, would love to pick up RBI number 16 if he would connect here. He's off that one in the dirt. And in the dirt, so to speak, because this is an all-turf field. It was completed roughly 5 years ago, and this is the 4th year we have done and been here at the UNO Classic in Omaha. Bases are full of Lynx, and that chopper right side brings Clark down to his last strike in the at-bat. Thanks again for continuing along, and again, as always, giving us your thoughts and more. We want to hear from you as we go along, including the broadcast. What'd you like? What you didn't like? Always constructiveness. We would love to hear from it as that one's fouled back. You can always hit us up, iabaseball1@gmail.com. Give us a review. How do we do? Where do you think we were off? What could we do better? Always looking for improvement, just like you always do when you're on the field. A 1-2 count, a little bit of a step off, and now we're back at it. And Schaefer trying to get out of the jam. One run has already come across, and that was a, late strikeout call. And boy, there we go. 3 strikeouts in the inning. Schaefer doing a good job. He paints the corners just right and gets out of the jam, but not before a run is crossed. Bases juiced, 1 run, still counts as a win in my book. And they still hold on to a 4-3 advantage as we go along. So again, thanks for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and give a little bit of a break. We get the top of the 4th inning coming around the corner. And it will be Smith, Anderson, and Anderson due up when we come back right here on the IA Baseball Network.
.62, Coach. 62. First down. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why we need more officials to keep these games going on.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much, but what does help is encouraging.
It's a brand new inning. It's the 4th, and we get stepping on up for Ames, Colin Smith. He has singled and reached on an error in 2 trips. He's facing now on the potential verge of 6 strikeouts here from Becker on the mound. He's been the workhorse here for the Lynx on the season. He's done everything and more. 32 innings, the most, second most on this squad. He has punched across 34 strikeouts and a .203 average against him. Only person to have more innings and more strikeouts, the pitcher from Game 1 in George Garst. So the 2-1 gets a set as the sun is officially starting to set and the lights have started to flicker on here at Tall Anderson Field. I gotta say, it is always a absolute picturesque view to get here and then see what it's like after all is said and done, because this is an absolute wonderful venue. And gosh, you got to count yourself lucky if you can, if you can be here through a full season. If you can get here, this is absolutely what I would deem just heaven on earth for sure. That goes for a 5-pitch walk, 6-pitch walk, as we get a runner onto the base pass here. Ames has claimed a base runner on at least once in all 4 innings now. Smith with the walk will now bring up a new hitter to the plate. As we'll go ahead and give you number 13, Tillman Schaefer, with his first trip. He goes from the mound, and he takes on the hitting duties here for the position as well.
Now batting your pitcher, number 13, Tillman Schaefer.
And Schaefer will look and foul that one back to start. With a runner on, he's got a chance. His team is in the narrow advantage right now, 4-3. 3 runs in the first, as that one's popped foul. 1 run in the third, and that's where we stand right now. That big 3-run first inning has been the difference up to this point. And a good get-me-over strike. That one gets the strikeout, and hey, don't look now, but a 6-strikeout performance working here for Becker on the mound. He sets down his first batter of the inning to bring up Eric Anderson, who has been hard to get out. In fact, impossible. He's 2 for 2. He's driven in a pair of runs on an RBI triple, and he's also singled. That single coming back in inning number 3. With a runner on first, the check swing ends up fouling it off for an 0-1 count. Following the UNO Classic, as that one gets lifted out there into left field, and that will be a seeing eye single that will result in 2 runners on. They get another one in scoring position, another claim that Ames can make here in this one. After the strikeout, the single gives way to Max Martin. And speaking about giving way, following today's action, on the 29th, they will travel to Fort Dodge to take on the Dodgers, and then they are home against Ottumwa to start the month of July. And then they travel to Mason City as they take on a July 2nd battle in Mason City against the Riverhawks. And with that hit by pitch, we load the bases, and we're back at it. Both pitching staffs just a little bit leery, but for the Lynx, leaning on their second ace here on the season. As Becker, again, 6 strikeouts he's working on. And Leo Jensen has a great option here. He has a prime opportunity, takes strike 1, but boy, anything. As you can see, the corners in here defensively, and the infield the middle infield double play depth. Meanwhile, the outfield has remained unchanged. They still sit about middle distance. Becker trying to get out of the jam. The 1-1 and swung on for a 1-2 count. Very needed here, but even more desired would be a 7th strikeout. No runs have crossed yet in the inning, but bases full of Cyclones can easily change that. A quick step off, and again, remind you that beyond Mason City on the 2nd, It's a Des Moines East battle as they are at home for a postponed makeup game on the 3rd. And that one is fair territory. That squeaks by and hugs the line. That will get one on home and will get another. And so just like that, a 2-run double here for the number 8 hole man in Leo Jensen as he brings this game to a 6-3 advantage, Ames. That one had just enough speed on it to get to the outfielder in time to get a throw in. Otherwise, you could easily see that as a bases clearing double.
Shortstop, number 1, Landon Dunn.
Regardless, as Dunn's stepping on up to the plate. Doing anyway. With a chance at it to add on. Already 2 runs home. And now in 3 of the 4 innings, Ames has plated at least 1 run. And with a chance out of the 9 hole to do something big, here's the pitch. Lays off that one for ball 2. We saw in game 1, Ames really jumped out at 15 hits in the overall loss. I'd challenge you to find the last game in which 15 runs or more ended up in a loss. And that one is blooped out there in the left field. That plate's one, and we will not get another coming around home just yet. Another RBI driven in. It's a 7-3 ball game as Ames starts to bring this one and starts to run up the score. Dune with the RBI single. He officially goes ahead and adds to his slate. And as we talked about the schedule, Coach Britsky coming out to capture a new pitcher as we get reeling. And again, Dune picking up his 2nd run driven in on the season. And that's the one thing that knocks off Becker as he will go ahead and exit his time on the mound. He does so with 6 strikeouts, but he has to leave early as he is forced out thanks to a 3-run top half of the 4th. And it's not over. We'll see who replaces him when we come back right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Hey guys, a lot of ways out there in baseball to improve your game because it's all about improvement, right? And one of the ways you want to do that is improving your swing. One of the ways to help improve your swing, the batting donut. A trusted weight since 2022, comes in 9 and 16 ounce varieties. This covered in durable non-scratch silicone helped to protect your bat. It comes in a signature pink, blue, or chocolate frosting. Is a great way to pay homage to a wonderful breakfast treat while helping to strengthen, home in, and zero in on your perfect swing. So don't leave it to chance. Go out there, have some fun, and get the batting donut today.
.62, Coach, 62. First down. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why we need more officials to keep these games going on.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we have a brand new pitcher to tell you about here as we go ahead and give you Drake Arterburn, the junior coming in. He already had a taste of the game against Valley, but into the day, he brought his 7 innings with him, 3 strikeouts, 286 mark against him. He is now tasked with trying to get out of the jam here. It's a tough task for sure, but something that they're going to try and, again, you got to try and do your best at this point. What you don't want to have happen is this to get out of hand. We've seen a couple games in this day already get out of hand, including the one in which Ames ended up falling 12-6 despite having a one-run lead at one point. And the runner will move on over safely to second. The stolen base credited here. As again, Reed Small up for the fourth time in 4 innings. He singled in the first and walked in the second and third. He has been busy every single inning. It's 10 hits overall for the Cyclones, as that was one that he knew he had, but fouled that one off. A 7-3 ball game that was a 3-2 ball game, all tied up after 3, but it has been a 3-run top half of the fourth. It's Ames to break this one open now. And if you are the Lynx, man, this is your time to try and slow things down. You cannot allow too much more, because on the other side, Ames pitching has at times been a little bit struggling, but so has this offense. That one set high in the air, and coming to track it is Britsky. He will come over and capture out number 2. A much needed out at that. As again, correction, Becker with the out.
Now batting left fielder number 21, Austin Neighbor.
And now Austin Neighbor stepping on up. He's a 1-for-2 mark here on the day. Singled in the first. He struck out in the second, walked in the third. And he starts the at-bat with strike 1. And the next delivery, that one sent on a shearing screamer to the right side, right off the net. And a quick 0-2 hole. This is where you can't lay off. You got to try and go in and attack. Don't light up. Don't let any non-competitive pitches come by. And the 0-2, that one was a close one. Almost had him thinking there. And Clark will head on out and have a conversation. Gosh, you got to like that, right? You got to like it. And a true leader, you see a guy that comes down, knows what's going on, can read the room, so to speak. And he has done just that, getting a smile out of his pitcher. And that's exactly what you want. The 1-2 count and a chance to get out of the jam. This one gets sent out there to center field, having to run on in, and that will drop right in front of him. It plates 1, and now we'll play 2. That was a heck of a hit. It found its way in between Donor and Lang as they converged, and unfortunately, that just fell right in front of both of them. So maybe a little miscommunication, but either way, it plates 2 more runs. Or 1 more run, excuse me. As we have an 8-3 ball game on our hands. So the 0-1 count, as we will even it up at 1 apiece. A quick conversation out there, and kind of that one where Becker, who is on first, can have that conversation with him. Kind of let him know what he may be thinking, what's up, and what to look for. We might see a couple throws on to first. A good swing through that one, pulled the string just a bit to get him through, and strike 2. It's an 8-3 ball game. It has been a 4-run inning for the Cyclones. And they look to keep on adding to it. They have 10 hits in this one. There's been 3 combined errors, so 12 combined hits, 3 combined errors, and 11 combined runs in this one. Now make it another strikeout, as that will end the inning, as Neighbor will be set down on strikes. And boy, it did not come without a painful consequence here for the Lynx fans. They watched their squad and they watched them give up 4 runs. So now it is an 8-3 ball game. And boy, we will have more coming on up here as we go along. Don't forget, check out more across the IA Baseball Network right here on the IA Sports YouTube page. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, a lot of ways out there in baseball to improve your game, because it's all about improvement, right? And one of the ways you want to do that is improving your swing. One of the ways to help improve your swing, the batting donut. A trusted weight since 2022, comes in 9 and 16 ounce varieties. This covered in durable non-scratch silicone helped to protect your bat. It comes in a signature pink, blue, or chocolate frosting. Is a great way to pay homage to a wonderful breakfast treat while helping to strengthen, home in, and zero in on your perfect swing. So don't leave it to chance. Go out there, have some fun, and get the batting donut today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A little correction. It was a 5-run top half of the 4th here for the Cyclones, as they go ahead and they peruse now to a 9-3 lead. It's a 6-run advantage, and boy, this is the time. Even though you're in the 4th, you still have a handful of innings left. This is kind of the linchpin here for the Lynx. You got to start inching ahead. You can't just get all of it back at once. Get a run here, get a run there. Put yourself in a position to tie it, if not take the lead late. But you got to start doing it by really what you have done so far to this point.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th for the Lynx. Your pitcher, number 12, Drake Arterburn.
The Lynx have been walked 7 times in this game, and they've proven a lot of patience at the plate, and that's kind of where you have to go again with this one. That doesn't really help you there, as that one goes for the strike. Adler up at the plate. He is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And he'll swing through that one for strike 2. And as I say that, we have a new batter into the mix. It's Drake Arterburn as he comes in. Swings through that one, and the drop third strike in effect. He still gets the tag on, and another strikeout here. Nicely done on the mound. As Schaefer will pick up another strikeout, make that 3 on the game here for him. And now up is Fabian Craig as the opening strikeout now will lead to Craig in his 0 for 2 effort so far. He's reached on a fielder's choice and also flown out in 2 trips. Slices one back again, a quick 0-2 hole. And you know what? This is a group that's been aggressive. They've been ready to hunt the fastball, but they just haven't connected on the hits. And then they find themselves down in a pitcher's count, a heavy pitcher's count. And then they really have to work themselves back. Really, as you take a look at it, it was that 3rd inning, which was a big inning for the Lynx. They added 1 more into it, but they've left the bases loaded 3 times, and they've only scratched across 2 runs because of that. That one gets lifted into right field, and that'll come down into the glove of Bowker out there in right. And that'll be 2 quick outs. So right now, there's just things that are not falling in place here for the Lynx. Although a good way to try and get back into that is with this man up at the mound now, C.J. Walton. He has walked in 2 trips and also has a pair of stolen bases under his belt. Get more guys like this onto the base pass, and the Lynx have shown that they can be dangerous. But boy, has it been hard. They've scored 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and they've got quite the hill to climb as they are down 6. The next pitch, Schaefer with a strike gets the slow roller over there for the 1-1 count. Trying to get some type of rally going here. Coach Britsky's squad has just 2 hits in the ball game. They've had more walks than they've had hits. As this one's fouled back, and boy, they've certainly had more foul balls than hits. They've been fouling off a lot and just not quite connecting. They've been close for several innings so far. They just haven't been able to pull it all together, it seems like. And so after a brief pause, Walton back in the batter's box with a 1-2 count and 2 down. Wisely lays off that one in the dirt. We go 2-1. 2-2, excuse me. Coach Steenhagen out to give the defense a little bit of a communication mark here. Normal depth all the way around from outfield to infield. Nothing changing here. And the pitch. That one, not quite. Too far out there. Draws it full. And talk about patience. I think that the Lynx need to lean on that now more than ever. And they've done that with Walton. 2-strike count. Brings it full. Here we go. That one on a lazy ground out there. The race to the bag is had as Martin will capture it for the out, and he will pick up out number 3. So it's a 1-2-3 inning here for the Lynx. They're going to try and get stronger on defensively and hold Ames. They haven't done that for 3 out of the 4 innings played so far. They're going to try and change their luck when we return right here on the IA Baseball Network.
Hey guys, a lot of ways out there in baseball to improve your game because it's all about improvement, right? And one of the ways you want to do that is improving your swing. One of the ways to help improve your swing, the batting donut. A trusted weight since 2022, comes in 9 and 16 ounce varieties. This covered in durable non-scratch silicone helped to protect your bat. It comes in a signature pink, blue, or chocolate frosting. Is a great way to pay homage to a wonderful breakfast treat while helping to strengthen, home in, and zero in on your perfect swing. So don't leave it to chance. Go out there, have some fun, and get the batting donut today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We go ahead and give you what has happened up so far as we go ahead and bring it to you, brought to you by Insolites at insolites.com. And always check us out at iabaseball1@gmail.com. Here's been the inning by inning so far as we enter the 5th. Ames with 3 in the first, 5 in the fourth, 1 in the third, and they've used 10 hits to push across those 9 runs. Abraham Lincoln, that one gets sent high, and that will be playable out there in left field. And that will be a nice snag out there by Neighbor as he records out number 1. Adler, in left field. And again for the Lincoln Lynx, they posted 3 runs across the second and third innings. They haven't been able to find much success before and after. And so that's where we stand right now. The Lynx just 2 hits to push across those 3 runs. They have suffered 2 errors. Again, meanwhile, Ames 10 hits, 9 runs, and just 1 error suffered on the game. So we have a 2-0 count here to the number 2 man in the order as Smith Collins stepping on up. He is 1 for 2, reached via air back in the second, walked last time up. And he will take a foul ball off, off the leg there. Definitely hurts. I think he could feel it from up here. The 2-1 delivery, the second man up here in the inning, Cullen, number 4 in the batting order. And doesn't matter that he check swinged on that one. It goes for the strikeout. Strikeout number 3 here on the mound. And coming in relief, again, Arterburn having a good outing. He has had a couple appearances over the last couple games. After his first strike, brings up Cade Anderson to the plate, 0 for 3, looking to change the tides here with a chance. There's 2 down. As we started with a flyout and moved on to a strikeout, Anderson looking to avoid the 1-2-3 inning. That one might help it. It's lifted out there into left, but it stays up just enough for Adler to come on in and punch it out for out number 3. So both teams with 1-2-3 half innings. And Ames goes down harmlessly there with the fly out to left. And of course, that will now bring up 5, 6, and 7 due up here for the Lynx. They're running out of time here. They just have 9 outs to work with. And we're going to come back with their chance to try and scratch back into this one right after this.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
.62, Coach. 62. First down. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why we need more officials to keep these games going on.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's McCain Becker as he gets things kicked off, and we get rolling here in the bottom half of inning number 5. The Lynx have had kind of a hard time so far this game offensively. Just 2 hits. They were able to have 7 walks, but they weren't able to bring home, despite a couple situations with bases loaded, they weren't able to bring home more than a couple runs. So it's been a bend but not break mentality and performance here for the Ames High pitching staff. Anderson started here and now back onto the mound for another innings worth of work and a strikeout here in 3 pitches. Heck yeah. Nicely done here by the number 13 wearer in Tillman Schieffer as he comes in, and that's strikeout number 4 for him. And that was as efficient as you can get. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And a quick set down here brings up the next batter in Ray Donor. Is 0 for 1, walked back in the third as part of a 4-walk inning. And the Lynx have shown patience at the plate. That's the big bright spot, is they've been issued 7 walks on the night. But it has been rather difficult to get runs to come around. And that one gets sent out there. A diving stop at third, and short with a heck of a throw, but not quite in time. Dune with a good pick. Unable to capture it on the back end, though, as there was a great diving stop. But again, you're having to wait for it deep in the hole, and that's just going to take a long time. And that equates to hit number 3 for the Lynx, as Ray will pick up his first hit of the game, second trip onto the base paths. And the throw over there to first. And you got to have confidence like they do in Kepley, which, by the way, kudos to Kepley for being pitcher and catcher. I always think you're uniquely qualified to know a lot about the game if you're the one behind the plate and the one pitching. That one just squeezed the thread there, squeezed the needle, I should say. That one looked like it was about to hit him. And the throw down to second is not in time. It gets away, and now we're going to have a play at third. The throw, and it's not in time. The tag apparently not applied when you can tell Schieffer really thought that one was an out. So just like that, with one down, already a chance to drive in more here. A runner in third, as again, that was a stolen base that just, again, the pickoff attempt went wide, and just like that, you go from first to third, and the spirits are picked up here just a bit. Lang steps on up after Donor picks up the third hit of the game here for the Lynx. A stolen base and a wild. Oh, man, that was coming. I had that one. I don't know if you saw it on camera. I was eyeing it all the way. Kind of broke my train of thought here, but right now we get back at it. A full count to the number 7 hole man in Lang as he chops that one foul. Again, we started things off with a Becker strikeout, and then Donor picked up the team's third hit of the ball game, stole the base, and after Ames tried to pick him off at second, the ball squirted out to the outfield, and he made his way on over the third safely. And now Lang with a chance to do something here. He drills that one high. That one's searing away, and that will fall out of play. Some more action here as we have Mason City looks like to sweep Newman Catholic for the first time in quite a while. 6-1 it looks like, as they're en route to anyway. So another foul ball, and we are right back at it. A full count. Ames with the 9-3 advantage here as we enter in to the bottom of inning number 5. That one sailed right above the dome of Lang. And we put runners on the corners, and just like I mentioned, patience trying to wear down this lineup. Unfortunately, it has to come with a mountain to climb yet, but they're on the right track. One down as Lang draws the walk, and we have Garst stepping on up to the plate. So far, he has walked in 2 trips. Now 9 walks on the game overall here for Lynx batting. That one too far in. Certainly, if you're Coach Britsky, you'd love to see the patience. You'd love to see getting on any way you can. You'd also like to see that hit column tick up just a bit more. You see Ames already with 10 on the day. That's coming off of a 15-hit performance against Sioux City East. Schaefer on the mound with the fire on home, and that one gets laced out there. That will fall, and that will be a base hit. That plates one, and coming around to third, and will get just tossed out at third. Didn't even get to the base yet. Nice relay in from Ames to get out number two. And in the process here, Garst picks up the fourth hit of the ball game here for the Lynx and drives in a run in the process. It's now 9-4.
Batting shortstop, number 1, Riley Lincoln.
So Lang is set down, trying to stretch it, going from second to third. And we now bring the bottom of the lineup back on up in Riley Lincoln. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI double. He struck back in the second. And the throw there gets away, and it gets to the outfield, and just like that, another error has caused a runner to advance. As Garst will stand on second here, the failed pickoff attempt puts him in scoring position. Riley with a 2-0 count. A chance here. If he pokes one in there and into the outfield gap, has something working, but instead he pops that way up, and a nice job by Kepley as he'll secure it and stop the bleeding. And when I say that, just a one-run effort here for the Lynx as they will go ahead despite runner at third and a chance they do get one across, but that's all she wrote. It's a 9-4 ball game, and Ames with their chance in the top of the sixth to try and increase that lead when we come back.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect, no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much, but what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try and help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in and try and get them in the right direction.
.62, Coach, 62. First down. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play. Like we used to enjoy playing when I was in high school. I understand how fun it was, and I want that same fun to be had by the kids now. So that's why we need more officials to keep these games going on.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We get Leo Jensen up as the second batter, Max Martin right out of the gate, as that one is struck out there to third. A good pick and fire across the diamond, and in 2 pitches, Craig helps to give 2 outs. Arbiter on the mound here for the Lynx, and it has taken a pair of pitches to get 2 outs. It started here with Martin and a fly out to center, and that 5-3 put out officially brings it down as we have raced through this inning, this half inning already. We're down to the number 9 hole man, Landon Dune. He struck an RBI single his last time up. His team on the better end of a 9-4 advantage here. Here's the delivery on home, and that one too low, ball 2. This is the 4th game of the quad, and again, it was Valley to take game 1, 9-1 over the Lynx, and Valley walked it off with a 4-run 7th, walked off number 1 ranked Sioux City East. And then in game 3, the Black Raiders took a big 8-run 7th and propelled them to a 12-6 win over Ames. And that's where we sit right now, as that one's popped out and not playable off the net. Again, 9-1, Valley takes the opener. Valley also takes the walk-off winner against Sioux City East. And then Sioux City East with a revenge win over Ames 12-6 in game 3. And here we are in the nightcap. Ames with that 9-4 advantage. They took 3 in the first, 1 in the third, and a big 5-run 4th is what has propelled them to where they're at right now. And we are just like that going to go ahead and dive into a new inning, as the strikeout will end their top half of the 6th. And now we head on into the bottom half of the 6th, and the top of the Lynx lineup is due up. So let's buckle up and get ready. We have more as the Lynx try and muster their way back right after this.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor. You need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last, because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Speaking about Kingdom, you go ahead and get your votes in the Kingdom, your performance of the week, the best of the Kingdom, that is. It's your chance. Go ahead on any social media platform or iabaseball1@gmail.com. Hit us up, and then tomorrow you get to vote. So nominate, and then it's in your hands to vote, and you could have the performer of the week coming from your school. Make sure to go ahead and get mother, brother, sister, brother, aunt, the dog, everybody in between. Get everybody out there, including Dad. I don't think I mentioned Dad. Get everybody out there, get voting, and again, it's all based off of the votes. So go out there and get it in today. The top of the order here in Grayson Clark, 1 for 3, reached on an error, singled, and struck out in 3 trips. And another one of those that just kind of finds not the batter. That was eyeing right at him, but he laid out of danger for that one, and here we go again. A hitter's count, and the throw sails him a bit high. So, you know what? Despite the little run production or little hit production that we've seen out of the Lynx comparatively to what they've had on base, you still got to give a lot of credit to where they've been patient. Again, 9 total walks issued against them, and that one's sent for a ride, that one's trailing, and that one's in foul territory. But boy, I got to say, you've got to give credit where credit is due. Again, nearly 9 walks, 8 total walks on the game for Lynx batting, and that's kind of unheard of. That's a great way to go out there, and they've capitalized on a little bit here and there, but overall, the Lynx have just not had that big breakout hit that they've needed. Right now, they're on the better end of a 3-1 count here to the leadoff man. And that will be, I thought I heard strike. We're called ball. And we will indeed draw a 5-pitch walk, as Grayson Clark will get onto the base pass for the 3rd time here today. And now we get a pitcher-on-pitcher battle up next. That one sails a bit high, has to duck out of danger for that one. Arterburn with his second trip up to the plate right now. Looking at the 1-0 count and a chance. That one also has to duck away there. And right now, where they're missing here, I guess what I say where Schieffer's missing right now is in. They've already had an inning in which they hit 3 batters. They don't want to have that come back to haunt them again. That one also in, but sails up on them. And so where there has been success in this game has come from the patience that the Lynx have brought. So if they're going to go ahead and win this, it seems like that has to be the recipe for success. Get on base. They already have proven that they can do a lot while on the base pass, as that one goes for a 4-pitch walk. So back-to-back free passes, now has a runner in scoring position, and Coach Steenhagen back out on the mound. This is already the 4th pitcher here in this game for the Cyclones, and we will go to pitcher number 5. And, of course, exiting with a couple of strikeouts here will be Schieffer. He'll exit the game, and we'll have a brand-new arm to talk about coming on up. And we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, right here on the IA Sports Network.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with DMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less, and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations, we have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor, you need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last, because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit lion-exteriors.com and tell them IA Sports sent you to schedule your free inspection. Lion Exteriors, protecting your kingdom.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new pitcher to talk to you about. It is Jackson Mice, the junior. He has a 1-0 record through 11 innings. He has punched out 15 in his time. He has walked 16 and has allowed 15 hits. So he is trying to earn a little bit of redemption on the mound and keep the Lynx from getting back into this one. Lincoln with 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fifth, and they've been clawing little by little here. And they're looking for that big hit. Of course, they're going to attempt to lay down a bunt here, and the corners come crashing in. And nonetheless, that one gets away, and no need for the bunt attempt now. Or you could end up having it, as the attempt was to get the runners over, and the wild pitch will send them over anyway. So Craig with the chance to try and get his first hit of the ball game. So far, he has reached on a fielder's choice. He has flown out twice. Nice stop there by Keepley. Keepley, who started on the mound in the last game, comes behind the plate here in game 2. A nice play there. That was a nice job, because I do believe that one was well outside the zone, but nicely framed here to get the strike for 2-1. And that one's mustered right back, almost coming my way. Man, I've had about 3 that have gotten close to the window. I'd like a souvenir to take away. Back to it we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. And the Lynx have put a couple runners on, and that one gets them coming on home. The wild pitch will plate another, and just like that, it's a 9-5 ball game. And that's exactly how Coach Britsky wanted. You know, if you're going to have a game in which it's going to be the free passes that help and aid you, of course, the speed on the base pass will just keep that one rolling from there. So a full count drawn. No, excuse me. I take that back. It is ball 4. And now runners are on the corners here. And more opportunity here as Walton's stepping on up. That, of course, marked 3 consecutive walks to start the inning. Walton with an opportunity here if he connects to blow this one and try and get, again, cut back into that lead. He could score at least 1 from third, and depending on if he hits it deep enough in the gap, score the runner from first. So defensively, Ames getting their positions. We'll see how things end up. We'll see if the runner is going to be taken off here. He will not, and the pitch too low. So right now, success brewing here as in 3 out of the last 4 innings, the Lynx have scored at least 1 run, no more, as the runner is taken off to second. There will be absolutely no attempt there as it's a successful stolen base. Again, as we have Adler on third, Craig on second, and of course with the 4th consecutive walk, Walton will find his way on to first. Coach Steenhagen is not messing around here. He will look like he will grab a brand new pitcher yet again. We might get a whole nother roster set here as we get pitcher number 6 in the game. If we do indeed get a new pitcher. We'll look to see, and we will. So we're getting a brand new pitcher yet again, number 6 on the game here for Ames, as after 4 consecutive walks, trying to avoid what would be a big inning. Meanwhile, the Lynx, they're trying to capitalize. We'll be right back to give you who's on the mound right after this.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with DMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations, we have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
When it comes to protecting your home, you need more than just a contractor, you need a team that you can trust. And at IA Sports, we trust Lion Exteriors. They deliver expert roofing, siding, and exterior solutions built to last, because your home deserves the best. With quality craftsmanship, honest service, and stress-free process from start to finish, they make upgrading your home simple and reliable. Whether it's storm damage, a full roof replacement, or a fresh new look, Lion Exteriors has you covered. Contact Noah today or visit Lion.
Welcome back. It's Landon Doon. He gets the nod in his first varsity time on the mound in 2026. And it comes against McCain Becker, the first baseman, who's looking at a bases loaded situation, already one runner home, and that one with a heck of a stop at third, and now the exchange over to first. Did he get him? No. That was a heck of a play there. A nice stop at third by Anderson. The second Atom ball that he's gotten. And he gets the lead runner at third. And just like that, we go from no outs to 2 quick down. Double play eliminates a runner on third. And we bring up Ronnie Donor back to the plate. So Donor right now has walked once and singled and stole a base as well. He's trying to get out of this one here, in which they've only given up 1 run. So if there's any solace right now to the inning, it's that they have 2 down and they have a chance to sneak out of this one here, and that goes for strike 2. No matter what, there's only been 1 inning so far in which the Lynx scored more than 1 run, and it was only 2. So you can give a lot of credit defensively here for the Cyclones. As that one sails out. They have done all they can. It's been that bend and kind of not break, really. They've only given up 4 hits to this point. They have walked a ton. And 10 walks on the game so far for Ames pitching through 6 different pitchers. But they've done their best to hold it at bay. Strike out. Wow, what a dance out of danger situation. Another bases loaded attempt and situation here for the Lynx, and they just cannot come through. They do tack on 1 more run, but they have still a hill to climb, down 9-5 as we head into the final inning. It's inning number 7, and we'll be back after this.
Oftentimes when you have an injury or fall and you're concerned, your first thought is to go to the emergency room. But with DMOS Urgent Injury Clinic, wait times are often a lot less and you can be seen at a lower cost.
If you know that your injury is related to bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, it's a great place to start.
From sprains and strains to fractures and even lacerations. We have 3 clinics for urgent injury that you can be seen at, and we have fantastic surgeons that we can consult and refer to when necessary.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get rolling here. A beautiful skyline out there. And as the Omaha skyline shows you, it is a wonderful time to continue to play some baseball here. We're in Game 4 of the UNO Classic, and we take a look at what's happened so far. Ames right out of the gates, a 3-run lead, answered by 2 in the second here by Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, both with a run in the third, but the big inning came for the Cyclones in the 4th, a 5-run 4th. And since then, 2 more runs by the Lynx, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. That has gotten them closer here. But again, their big break just has not happened. 4 hits. They've had the bases loaded several times and have they're kind of not been able to capitalize on it. That one gets out into the outfield grass. A single past the glove out there of Anderson. And a nice play, a nice attempt anyway, as the top of the lineup continues to roll on. Schmal with his 2nd hit of the game, 4th trip onto the base paths. And now that'll bring up to the plate Austin Neighbor, as they say, don't try that. Neighbor will take ball 1. Neighbor has singled once, walked once, and struck out twice. And the look and fire on home and too far on the outside edge. Again, Drake Arterburn in on his third inning worth of work. He's just looking for his offense to answer, because as we look at the overall storyline of it, for Ames, it has been the fact that they've had 12 hits up to this point. They've been hitting it all over. In fact, they had 15 hits in game one. They have 12 hits here in game two. They're spraying the ball over. And the difference in this game is they're finding the big hits to bring in runs. On the flip side of it, for the Lynx, they've had 10 walks, but they haven't been able to get the big hit to really put them through, as that one is skyrocketed and will come down into the glove of Arterburn for out number one. Again, Lincoln has been very close several times. In fact, I believe 4 instances of bases loaded. They capitalized on a couple of those, but they haven't had that big hit to drive in more than 2 runs since the second inning. Kepley up at the plate. That one gets away, and the runner will take on over to second. And now Ames with a runner in scoring position yet again. Kepley struck out but reached in the first, hit by pitch in the second, and since then 2 flyouts. And he has been off the base pass for a couple innings. And boy, Coach Steenhagen would love to see him and his speed out there as he slices that one foul. Top of inning number 7. The Cyclones put 3 in the first, 1 in the third, a big 5-run fourth. That has given them their 9 runs up to this point. Arterburn with the toss, and that one will get sent high. That will be playable in right center field, and a good job out there in center and snagging that one. And again, the way he positioned that body keeps the runner from advancing. A good stop there, and that's exactly what you need out of your center fielder in Donner. So now with 2 down, Ames knows that they got to try and at least scratch maybe another run. A 5-run deficit, believe it or not, sounds a lot worse than a 4-run deficit. And right now, they can try and go and lean back on their pitching, but it would sure feel a little bit more comfortable to add another run. And they're going to continue to move right along here, as it is Smith that's up to the plate. Smith so far has reached base 3 times, once via walk, once via error, and once via single. And that single came back in the first. That count now draws up 2-0. With a runner on second, this is a chance. In 2 games, Ames has eclipsed 10 hits. They're looking for their first win here. That one is sent a long way, and that'll be foul. We've seen a handful of balls leave the park, but in foul territory. So we've got plenty of power out there to get it out, and they just need to start straightening it out. Tried to send it on that swing, but ends up evening the count here at 2 apiece. $11 hits here for Ames. We have 4 for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln as that one sails away. It's been kind of a tale of 2 different offenses, right? Just 4 hits for Abraham Lincoln, but they have 10 walks. On the flip side, just a couple walks here for Ames, but they do have 11 hits. That one too far inside, and whether it hit him or not, that was ball 4. And now 2 runners on with 2 down. brings up number 10, Cade Anderson, the former pitcher. He has yet to grace the base paths here, one of the few links to not get on.